Welcome to Sequim Real Estate Questions and Answers. I am your host, Chuck Marunde, your favorite exclusive buyer's agent in sunny Sequim, Washington. So today I want to address a question that comes up on telephone calls mostly. People ask, especially from the California area, what kind of heating and air conditioning systems you use in Sequim homes. And so I'll talk about that today. By the way, I grew up in Alaska, in a remote part of Alaska, way up in the interior called Tok, Alaska, right on the Alaska Highway, 90 miles inside from the Canadian border. So we had a 900 square foot cabin, all five of us, and no electricity. We had a wood stove, a Coleman lantern, and we lived off the land on moose meat and caribou and sheep and also salmon and cod and trout. And that's how I grew up. It was a wonderful way to grow up. We burned 10 cord of wood a year and enjoyed living in a cute little cabin. Well, not exactly like that. Maybe like this. Oh, I wish. Or this. No. Okay, this is more like it. This is not the exact cabin because I don't have a photo of it, but it's about the same size, 900 square feet. And enjoyed growing up in that as a boy. I didn't know what I was missing out on. That was before computer games, internet. We didn't have a telephone. We didn't even have a radio or TV. So I did not know as a young boy that I was deprived. Grew up a happy, healthy young boy. Can you imagine that? We had a wood stove, and we did burn 10 cord a year, and it was a 55-gallon barrel wood stove, just like this. My father made it out of a barrel, and it worked just fine. I was the oldest boy, so I was in charge of keeping that thing hot all winter. And in Sequim, a lot of people still use an airtight wood stove to supplement their heating system. It does help keep the electric bill down in the coldest months of the year, November, December, January. And that helps supplement your regular heating system. Some people love their fireplaces too. And you can have either a wood fireplace or a propane fireplace, of course. If you do, you're going to have some maintenance, of course, with your chimney. But you can also have electric wall heaters. Now, I show you this because this is a nice, simple, inexpensive electric wall heater that some homes have. The very first home that I purchased in Sequim had heaters like this in every room. And we were, 2,400 square feet, heated the entire house for the entire family, worked just fine. Or you can get a more expensive or more modern electric heating system like this. Or you can do what a lot of people love to do in a climate like this. Perhaps the ideal heating system is the forced air electric with a heat pump in a climate like this where we have neither cold nor hot extremes. And so you can see we've got the hot water heater on the right and the electric forced air system with a duct system on the left. This is an old electric forced air heater here, really old, but it's been well maintained, still works. This is the heat pump that you'll typically have attached to that system, the electric forced air. This goes on the outside of the house, and it actually helps not only create the heat for the house in the coldest days, but this also generates the air conditioning. And by the way, you probably know, we don't need air conditioning very often up here. It just doesn't get very hot very often, although it does get in the 90s once in a great while, even if only for a couple of few days. Now, there are some Mitsubishi systems that are really efficient. This is an air conditioning and heating system that a lot of people love. And as you can see up here in the where these red arrows are, there's part of this Mitsubishi system. It's a wall-mounted system that is very, very quiet. It produces heat and air conditioning, and people just rave about that system. You can also have a radiant floor heating system. That's what this is. This is the guts of the system right here. It can be fairly involved. And you can also have a smaller system or just do a small section of the house in radiant floor heating. It's always nice to have that master bathroom heated in the floor. And if you do have a radiant floor heating system, it's pretty involved. As you can see here, before they either lay the concrete floor or the flooring on top of this system, it's a pretty extensive system to install. And so it's a fantastic and efficient system for this climate. However, it's much more expensive, so very few people do it. Now, if you don't mind cutting wood, chopping wood, splitting wood, you can supplement your heating system and bring that total electric bill down. If you want to use entire electric, well, we can just rely on Hoover Dam for our electricity, right? Yeah, humor intended there. This used to produce a lot of our electricity. This was the lower Elwha River Dam. Photo I took many, many years ago, but of course it's no longer there because they took it out to protect the salmon habitat. Well, I hope that's a little bit helpful. You'll find, by the way, that our electric bills here are much cheaper than in many parts of the country. Again, because we don't have extremes, either hot or cold. So my 1,850 square foot home, the average electric bill is about $95 to $100 a month throughout the entire year. And everything I have is electric. Now, if you're going to have a bigger home, there's two of you, you're doing more laundry, you'll have a bigger electric bill, but $200, $250 a month in your cold months for a 2,000 square foot home might be typical. That just gives you kind of an idea. Much less expensive here to heat and cool your house than it is in Los Angeles. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed this little video. Don't forget, we've got some great information. Sequim-homes.com is another one of my MLS sites. And if you scroll down the page, you'll see that there are special searches you can perform right here. These links will take you to all of the listings available here with those parameters. And if you scroll down, you'll see there are lots of fresh articles on the Sequim Real Estate blog. You can click on those. It'll take you there. If you're selling your home in California or elsewhere, you might be interested in this book I wrote called 7 Myths of Selling Your Home. I just sold a home in Sequim to a gentleman from South Carolina. He read this book, got the tips that he needed with the specific questions he wanted to ask of a listing agent in South Carolina in order to select and hire the best realtor he could. He just told me on the phone today that he used the questions in this book, and he interviewed 5 agents, and he found the best of the best. And she did a fantastic job for him and sold his house, and he was able to buy a house in Sequim, which we just closed yesterday. So that book can help you sell your home wherever you are before you come to Sequim. Then I have books for buyers in Sequim called Sequim Real Estate Buyer's Guide and some others too. And if you want to get a market report, you can simply click on that and it'll take you and show you the latest information. And I hope this has been fun, as it has been for me. You can always reach me, Chuck Marunde, at 360-775-5424, and that works to my cell phone. You can also text. All right, have a fantastic day.